ეს არის debt crowdfunding-ის პლატფორმა. ანუ ეს არის შესაძლებლობა ინდივიდუალებისთვის, რომ გააკეთონ დაფინანსება კომპანიების პირდაპირ ჩვენი პლატფორმის მეშვეობით. ანუ ასესხონ თავიანთი ფული წარმატებულ ქართულ კომპანიებს. და ჩვენ გეგმავთ არა მარტო საქართველოში ოპერირებას, არამედ გეგმავთ რომ გავიდეთ საქართველოს პარკლებს გარეთ. ერთი მიმართულება ეს არის თვითონ ბიზნეს მოდელი, იმიტომ რომ ჩვენ უმიზნებთ წარმატებულ კომპანიებს, მაშინ როცა სხვა პლატფორმები უმიზნებენ სტარტაპებს, ჩვენ ვამცირებთ ჩვენ ინვესტორების რისკს, გვაქვს რამოდენიმე მექანიზმი ამისთვის და ამავდროულად ტექნოლოგიური კუთხით ჩვენ უზრუნველყოფთ მეორად ფასიანი ქაღალდების ბირჟის შექმნის შესაძლებლობას და ყველანაირ რჩევებს ვაძლევთ ჩვენს ინვესტორებს ჩვენი სპეციალური რობო-ადვაიზინგის პლატფორმის მეშვეობით. საქართველოში ამჟამად განვითარებული არ არის ეს მიმართულება, თუმცა მსოფლიოში ძალიან სწრაფად იზრდება და მგონია რომ საქართველოსთვის მოვიდა დრო, რომ ეს მიმართულება გახდეს აქტუალური და განვითარდეს. ეს ერთის მხრივ კარგია ჩვენთვის და ამავდროულად კარგია ქვეყნისთვის, იმიტომ რომ ეს მიმართულება ბიზნესს აძლევს ეკონომიკის განვითარებას ქვეყანაში, არა მარტო საქართველოში, არამედ ზოგადად გლობალურადაც. და ჩვენ ვიწყებთ ამ პროცესს.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Alexander Tsintsadze, and together with my team, I have created disruptive debt crowdfunding platform that will replace core banking operations, such as borrowing and lending. Before entering details, I want to introduce you my team. Sorry, but I haven't got this thing. We have got more than 30 years of experience in international financial consulting and banking sector. We all have got MBA degrees, as one of our team members is CFA candidate. At this moment, we are the shareholders of consulting company, and our core business is debt raising for local companies. That gives us deep knowledge and understanding of the market and all necessary network for successful start. Currently in Georgia and in other developing countries, capital markets and other alternative sources of investments are not developed. Therefore, banks are only sources for debt funding and investments. That leads us to large interest rate spread between loans and deposits. And this spread is approximately 12% at the moment in Georgia. And this spread is the biggest opportunity of ours. Let's go into further details. Currently, individuals approach banks and put their savings on bank deposits. With current return, 1%. Bank reserves the portion of this amount at its large operational expenses, profit margins, and disburse business loans at the rate 13% at an average. As soon as INVESTCO will enter the market, we will challenge status quo. We will give the investors opportunity to invest their savings directly into mature, successful companies and increase the rate on their investment. In a nutshell, we are doing the same in banking, what companies such as EasyJet and iTunes had done in trading. We have got very strong competitive edge. In terms of business model, we are debt-based crowdfunding, and we know that people in Georgia and in other developing countries are familiar with lending their money out process in order to generate fixed income on their investment. We aim mature companies, unlike Kickstarter and other crowdfunding platforms, because we understand the big difference in default risk between mature company and successful startup. We have lower fixed costs compared with banks, our main competitors, who operate with thousands of employers and hundreds of branches. We haven't got any reserve requirements that gives us opportunity to reduce interest rate spread. And we offer unique rating system to facilitate investment decision-making process. In terms of technology, all our operations are made online. We will launch robo-advisory service in order to facilitate the investment decision-making process for qualified investors. Digital signature system gives us opportunity to launch secondary market transactions and eliminate the problem of liquidity for our investors. And the blockchain technology will secure these transactions. Market is huge. Only in Georgia, $6 billion were disbursed as business loans, and $6.44 billion were placed on deposits by ending year 2015. And this number is increasing rapidly with 22% CAGR. And if we will consider 6 countries' market, these numbers become even 50 times more. Competition is fierce. As I already mentioned, banks are main competitors. We see MFIs and real estate developers as our competitors too. At the moment, trading platforms, capital markets are undeveloped, but we are ready for their development for the future. We know our borrowers. We have daily contact with them. We know their funding needs, and therefore we will start operations by 10 lending options placed from successful, profitable companies. We know our investors. At the moment, the yield on their investment on bank deposits is approximately 1%, and we are offering them much more. It should be mentioned that our team members have got the experience of raising debt capital directly from investors too. Our main revenue stream comes from success fee. It starts from 1%, that at least 4%, it depends only on company rating. On the chart, you can see that we plan to start operations with lending options placed from successful, profitable companies, rated A, B, and C, in order to create success cases from the beginning. And then we will add riskier options. We will launch operations in November 2016. We will grow, and we will enter the CIS market in 2020. At this moment, we have already made an investment of $20,000 of our own money, and we are additionally raising $850,000. We will use these funds for launching our project, for getting financial brokerage license, for upgrading our platform, and for entering CIS countries market. For the year 1, we plan to disburse $2 million. By the year 10, we will disburse more than $240 million. That will lead us to $4.5 million to annual net income. Platform is ready. On the screen, you can see the screenshots of the main page and from lending options page. We believe the time has come for changes in banking, and we will do it by taking crowdfunding to the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alexander. So can you talk a little bit about your business model relative to the regulatory environment, what you're doing, what you're not doing in terms of, as an example, as I understand, you're not becoming a lender yourself, but you are facilitating that process. So can you expand on that?
Yes, of course. Our business model is that we aim mature companies, successful companies, companies that have much higher trust of customers than half of the banks. So we give the investors opportunity to lend their money directly. So the lending agreement is made between these two sides. We facilitate this process by providing all legal, tax, financial information, additionally with rating system and simplified prospectus in order to facilitate the process. We control the process fully, control of lending the money and refunding this money. To be in touch.
So ultimately, you talk about, though, getting a brokerage license. So
yes.
Can you start before that, or do you require a brokerage license?
We can start at this moment without brokerage license. We will use and we will need this brokerage license in order to launch secondary market transactions, because these operations look similar as capital market operations. That therefore we will need this license for that operation. So for the beginning, we will start without that, but we will need it approximately in 1 year.
What is the definition of a successful company?
Successful company. I want to show you the rating system. It is simplified. It's just an example.
Is this your rating system?
Yes,
or
this is my rating system. I mean, the successful company is company rated A, B, and B. For example, with liquidity more than 1.1, debt equity ratio less than 1, EBITDA margin more than 15%, EBITDA payment more than 2, assets more than $2 million, sales more than $3 million, and plus rating on credit bureau. This is the example of successful company. And below you can see the riskier company, rated FX.
I've seen hundreds of fintech companies because IBM's biggest business is banking and financial services. And there are a lot of companies that do something similar. I just met one last week. And some of them are 10 years old. So can you explain a little more clearly what you do differently?
Yes, of course. In terms of other, if we will compare our operations with other crowdfunding platforms, the main difference between us is that we are aiming mature companies, not startups. Other crowdfunding platforms are funding companies very it can be said that smart startups. But we are aiming mature companies, like if IBM in USA should be funded with crowdfunding platform. And the current situation on financial market and not developed capital markets gives us the opportunity to do so. That's one. The second is the secondary market transactions. No one in this industry does these kind of transactions. And because we think, and we are already thinking about our clients, our investors. So we solve the problem of liquidity of their investments because we give the opportunity to resell these debt instruments. And therefore, we will increase our customers' base with that.
So you just
But usually, let's say, mature lenders can go to bank and reduce spread to
Thank you very
reasonable
much.
level.
Very good
They're not
question.
the ones that need this so
So
badly.
let's say nobody from large companies is looking for lending on such a platform.
Right.
Thank you
It's
very
like-
much. Now I wanted to explain in detail current situation in Georgia. In Georgia at this moment, you are telling me go to bank. Bank refuse to give business loan without collateral. I have daily contact with these companies. I'm the shareholder of consulting company, and I raise debt for them. I can say that during the last 1 year, I've tried to raise more than $100 million, and I only raised 55 because the problem of collateral. Banks are refusing to give business loans. So these shareholders are meeting me and they are telling me, bring me the money. I will pay much higher rate on this money than I would pay to bank. But I don't have any more collateral because all their assets, including their houses where they live, are pledged.
But that will change.
But you're not including that data in your rating criteria. I mean, if
Yeah.
How do you assess their risk then if they have no collateral or?
I'm rating the risk with, for example,
present-day facts.
leverage,
Yeah.
debt equity ratio, EBITDA. All these rating criteria are rating risk of the company. The only thing is here is that the problem of collateral. But what is the main point that except of we are not getting collateral, but we are getting personal guarantees of the shareholders. We will deteriorate the status of the company in Credit Bureau of Georgia in case of not repayment this amount. So we reduce the risk of our investments. And these companies, in case of not repayment, won't be able to get any additional funds from banks for the future. And one more, I want to tell you that we will start legal process instead of together with our customers in case if there's not repayment done. And we have got already agreement with the legal consulting company who will do it together with us.
And you assess the risk, but you do not assume risk.
I don't assume the risk, but I help the customers to be refunded.
Yes.
So I think that you are a classic startup in that you're either going to make a lot of money or it's going to be a huge disaster. And I think it's awesome. I mean, it's awesome that you're taking that risk because it's not a safe market at all. It terrifies me, but that's what startups are. So I mean, to a certain degree, I mean, it's like, I'm kind of like, well, like this is a high leverage, high risk business. So,
Over the last week, that was reinforced over and over. This is all about high risk, high return.
it's either going to be really great or really bad, and I don't
Believe
know.
me, it will be great.
So good luck.
So good luck, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
მიუხედავად იმისა, რომ გამოცდილება მეც და ჩემ გუნდის წევრებსაც დიდი გვაქვს ინვესტორებთან ურთიერთობის, აი ამ ტიპით, ანუ ეს ფიჩინგის ტიპით ჩვენ არ ქონია აქამდე მსგავსი გამოცდილება და ძალიან საინტერესო იყო ეს პროცესი ზოგადად ამ ყოველთვის სწავლის. ყველაზე განსხვავებული ამ ყოველთვის არის ის, რომ უნდა შეძლოს სტარტაპმა და 7 წუთში ახსნას ყველაფერი ის უპირატესობა, რაც აქვს და რაც განასხვავებს მას ბაზრისგან. ყველაზე კარგი რაც იყო ჩემთვის, რომ დაინახეს რეალურად ის, რასაც ჩვენ ვაკეთებთ, დაინახეს ყველა ის სარგებელი, რაც შეიძლება ამ საქმემ მოიტანოს და მე ვფიქრობ, რომ ჩვენ დავარწმუნეთ ისინი, რომ ჩვენ ვართ ის ხალხი, რომელიც ამის გაკეთებას შეძლებს. ამ რთული საქმის, რასაც ჩვენ ხელი მოვკიდეთ.